Hi everyone, myself Prezi. Welcome to my channel Commerce Class. Today's video is about calculation of value of firm and overall cost of capital using net income approach. X company has a net operating income of rupees 2 lakh on investment of 10 lakh in asset. It can raise debt at 16% rate of interest. Assume that taxes does not exist. Equity capitalization rate is 18%. Using net income approach, compute total value of firm and weighted average cost of capital if the firm has first one, no debt. Second one, rupees 3 lakh debt. And third condition, rupees 6 lakh debt. I already uploaded some videos on the topic capital structure and theories of capital structure. Please check the description box for the link of these videos. Net operating income of X Limited is 2 lakh. Rate of interest is 16%. Equity capitalization rate is 18%. Using this information, we want to find out where total value of firm and weighted average cost of capital using net income approach. Formula for calculating value of firm is V is equal to E plus D. V is equal to total market value of firm. E is equal to market value of equity shares. How can we calculate E? There is one formula for calculating market value of equity shares. Formula is earnings available to equity shareholders or net income divided by equity capitalization rate. Then D is market value of debt. So V, that means value of firm, is equal to market value of equity shares plus market value of debt. Then formula for calculating overall cost of capital or weighted average cost of capital. KO is equal to EBIT divided by value of firm. EBIT means earnings before interest and tax. It is also known as net operating income. Here, three conditions are given. First condition, when firm is not using any debt capital. Second condition, firm is using 3 lakh debt capital. And third condition, 6 lakh debt capital. So first case, no debt situation. Value is equal to E plus D. E means market value of equity and D means market value of debt. So here E is not given in our question. We want to find out E. Formula for calculating E is earnings available to equity shareholders divided by equity capitalization rate. A calculation of earnings available to equity shareholder as discussed in the video capital structure decision. I will share the link in the description box. Please check it. For calculating earnings available to equity shareholders, first we want to deduct interest from EBIT. Then we want to deduct tax. Then third step is deduction of preference dividend, and the final result is earnings available to equity shareholders. So in this problem, earnings available to equity shareholder is not given. So we want to find out earnings available to equity shareholders. Here net operating income is given, that is 2 lakh. Net operating income means earnings before interest and tax. EBIT is 2 lakh or net operating income or EBIT is 2 lakh. Debt capital is not used in first case. So here no interest. So EBIT itself is the earnings available to equity shareholders. So here earnings available to equity shareholder is equal to 2 lakh or net income is equal to 2 lakh. Then equity capitalization rate, it is given in your question, it is 18%. So E is equal to 2 lakh divided by 18% or 2 lakh divided by 0.18. So E is 11 lakh 11,111. The next step is calculation of value of firm. V is equal to E plus D, and D is market value of debt. Here debt capital is not used, so D is 0. So value of firm is 11 lakh 11,111. Then second step is calculation of weighted average cost of capital or overall cost of capital. KO is equal to EBIT divided by value of firm. EBIT is 2 lakh, value is 11 lakh 11,111. So 2 lakh divided by 11 lakh 11,111 is equal to 18%. Then case 2. Here debt capital is 3 lakh. Value is equal to E plus D. E is equal to earnings available to equity shareholders divided by equity capitalization rate. Then earnings available to equity shareholders. Here debt capital is used, so we want to find out interest on debt capital. Here debt capital is 3 lakh, interest rate is given in your question, it is 16%. So interest is equal to 3 lakh into 16 by 100 and interest is 48,000. So we want to deduct interest from EBIT. Here EBIT is 2 lakh, then interest is 48,000. So 2 lakh minus 48,000 and net income is 1,52,000. Earnings available to equity shareholders or net income is 1,52,000. Here preference capital is not used, so preference dividend is nil and tax is also ignored here. Then E is equal to earnings available to equity shareholders divided by equity capitalization rate. Here equity capitalization rate is 18% or 0.18. So E is equal to 1,52,000 divided by 0.18. And E is 8,44,444. The next step is calculation of value of firm. V is equal to E plus D. D is market value of debt. Here debt capital is 3 lakh. So D is 3 lakh. So V is equal to E plus D. That is 8,44,444 plus 3 lakh and value of firm is 11,44,444. The next step is calculation of weighted average cost of capital or KO. KO is equal to EBIT divided by V and EBIT is 2 lakh. So 2 lakh divided by 11,44,444 into 100 and answer is 17.5%. Case 3. Value is equal to E plus D. E is equal to earnings available to equity shareholders divided by equity capitalization rate. Here EBIT is 2 lakh and debt capital is 6 lakh. So here we want to deduct interest from EBIT to get net income. Preference share capital is not used, so preference dividend is nil. Interest on debt capital. Interest rate is 16%. Debt capital is 6 lakh. So 6 lakh into 16 by 100. Interest on debt capital is 96,000. Then deduct interest from EBIT. EBIT is 2 lakh. 2 lakh minus 96,000. And net income is 1,04,000. Then KE is Equity capitalization rate or KE is 18% or 0.18. So E is equal to net income or earnings available to equity shareholder divided by KE. Earnings available as 1,04,000 divided by 18%. So E is equal to 5,77,778. Then calculation of value of firm. V is equal to E plus D. D is market value of debt capital. Here debt capital is 6 lakh. So value is 5,77,778 plus 6 lakh, that is 11,77,778. The next step is calculation of overall cost of capital. KO. KO is equal to EBIT divided by V. EBIT is 2 lakh and V is 11,77,778. So 2 lakh divided by 11,77,778 into 100, that is 17%. According to net income approach, a firm can minimize its overall cost of capital and maximize value of firm by using debt capital in capital structure. In this question, 3 cases are given. First case, firm is not using debt capital. Second case, firm is using debt capital and debt capital is 3 lakh. And third case, firm is using 6 lakh debt capital. In first case, value is 11,11,111. Then second case, when firm uses 3 lakh debt capital, its value increased from 11,11,111 to 11,44,444. There is an increase of 33,333. When firm uses 6 lakh debt capital, value again increased and value is 11,77,778. Again, there is an increase of 33,334. And overall cost of capital. When firm was not using debt capital, its cost of capital is 18%. When firm uses 6 lakh debt capital, cost of capital decreased to 17.5%. Then, when firm was using 6 lakh debt capital, its overall cost of capital again decreased and cost of capital is 17%. It is clear that use of debt capital in capital structure increases value of firm and decreases cost of capital. Hope you all understood this problem. Please subscribe my channel and share my videos. Thanks for watching my channel. Bye.